Okay, so a quick little video. Nobody tagged me, but I like the idea of it. So, 3 fragrances that surprised me. Simple as that, so I'll just be going through 3 fragrances of last year that surprised me. Okay. So, first on the list is this lovely little thing from Penhaligon's Luna. And the reason this surprised me is it was just as lockdown started last year. Basically Penhaligon's had this kind of unboxed kind of offer on, and this cost me I think £20 with post and packaging, about £23 all in, and for Penhaligon's that's pretty damn good really. Was it even less than that? Do you know, it might have, there was something round about it, that's by the by. But basically this is a kind of beautiful, clean, crisp fragrance. It basically reminds me of, excuse the bloody traffic, it reminds me of like just a cool stream, like on a spring's day, you know, with like petals falling down it and butterflies all around. It's basically juniper, peach, some people get blackcurrant, I'm not sure peach is listed, jasmine, just some lovely florals, and it has this quite gorgeous floral touch. Look at that, sunshiny, beautiful in it, and it's the sort of fragrance that's perfect for today. It's not heavy, it's not complex, but it is actually really nice, and it's really, really refreshing. Has a nice burst of citrus in it, and for 20 quid for a Penhaligon's, it's just absolutely top notch really. And it's not one of them that they were trying to get rid of. I believe it's quite a popular fragrance. So that's Luna from Penhaligon. The next on the list is this little beauty, which is Velvet Orchid or Velvet Orchid, whichever way you swing on that. I'd say Orchid, from Tom Ford. And I don't know if it is a flanker to Black Orchid, but it's along the same sort of vibe as that. It's very dark fruit, dark floral, gothic-y kind of fragrance, except this version is much sweeter. Sweeter the right, yeah. It's got a lot more of that kind of tricky patchouli taken out of it, and the florals are touched up a little bit. Wouldn't call it overly floral or overly sweet, but it's just a much prettier, richer version of the original, if you like what I mean. By that, obviously the original's quite a beast, quite potent, but I think this one is just much more of a, I suppose this one you'd be dressed up in. It's not about making an impression, it's about smelling good and smelling sophisticated rather than shocking people like the original. And this was a gift from Lizzie-Beth Rosen-Jones, who for some reason didn't like it. Honestly, I think it's absolutely gorgeous, and if you struggle with Black Orchid a little bit, I think this is a good version of it for you. It's not floral in the sense that it's flowery, it's just got a much more richer, sweeter, kind of more easy to take thing about it. So that's Velvet Orchid from Tom. Last on the list is this. As you can see, I've used not enough because you don't need to, because it's very strong and potent. But this is Initio's Oud for Greatness. Well, where do we start? Obviously, is one of the most hyped fragrances in the history of the world ever, and its ridiculously high price tag of, I think it's about £300, isn't it? You'd be expecting something magnificent, wouldn't you? And I'm sure to some people this one is. I'm sure it's very lovely, but to me it's let's say, it smells to me, I'm no expert, a tad synthetic, a tad strong. Possibly not the greatest fragrance ever made, in my personal opinion. Let's just familiarise myself with it. Okay, so okay, right. So already it's filled the air. Okay, so was I being a bit cheeky? I can still smell it all around me. Ugh. Oh god, it really is. It's a very sweet synthetic, very, very sweet lavender with a load of very, very sweet syntheticness. It's yeah, I mean, it's probably filled this whole forest, and that's why it's so hyped, isn't it? Because strength, you know, seems to be more than refined beauty nowadays, but that's just my opinion. Anyway, that's Nishio Oud for Greatness as the last of my 3 fragrances that surprised me this year. What about yourselves?